Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. You're listening to You Are the Magic podcast, and I am your host, Kylie from Kylie James Coaching. I want to start this very first episode by saying something that I believe deeply in my bones. You are not broken, you are not behind, and you're certainly not too late. You are the magic, and maybe you've just forgotten. This podcast is your invitation to remember it all. So, a little bit about me. I'm a coach and a mentor, and I guide people who are ready to reconnect with themselves to a deeper, more soulful way. I've worked in the worlds of HR, leadership, career coaching, and personal transformation for over 20 years. And while I absolutely love the strategy and systems, what I've come to know is this. The real transformation happens when we get honest, when we soften, and when we finally come home to ourselves. And that's what the You Are the Magic podcast is all about. I created it because I've lived the story of being the high achiever, the helper, the one who has had it all on the outside. But on the inside, I felt disconnected. I was tired. I was overwhelmed. I was burnt out. And I was just really unsure of who I even was underneath all of the roles that I was playing. So maybe you felt that a little bit too. Maybe maybe you've looked in the mirror and thought, I don't want to keep chasing. I want to feel. Maybe you're yearning to heal your relationship with your body. And you're wondering who you are now and that life looks different. Maybe the kids have left home. Maybe you have been burnt out and working extraordinary hours at work and you're just so tired. Maybe you've lost a close friend or a family member and you're still struggling through the grief of it all. Or maybe life is just changing, just plain change. And maybe that's overwhelming. Maybe things just look a little bit different, and that's okay. If that's you, I want you to know that this is a space for you. This podcast is a gentle place to land. It's a space to remember and a space to reclaim. So here's what you can expect. Each fortnight, I'll bring you some soulful episodes exploring what it means to come back to yourself. And this is where I get to have fun. I get to talk to great people and have deep conversations with them. And we bounce off each other and talk about our own experiences and share those with you. We'll talk about self-trust, about identity, body image, confidence, and inner power. And how do we re-find ourselves amongst all of that? And then we get into the fun stuff. Some of the spiritual side of things, like past lives, fairies, and energetic healing. Now, you may not believe in all of that, and maybe you do. It doesn't matter. Maybe take a chance, listen to those episodes, and see what comes through for you. All around, though, we'll unpack the stories that you've been told about what your worth is or what our worth is, and lovingly rewrite them together. You'll hear real conversations, some with some quiet reflections and others just with some amazing moments that have just helped people to pivot and change and do something different with their lives. And through this, we'll sprinkle some tools that we've used, some mindset tools, some other suggestions that might be really helpful for you. Most of all, we will always remind you that you don't need to be fixed. You're already whole. You're already enough, and you don't need to be anybody else but you. So if this resonates, I'd love for you to come on this journey and listen to the podcast. Follow the show, share it with a friend who needs just a little bit of magic. And if you'd like to dive deeper, you can follow us on Instagram at You're the Magic Podcast or join the email list at www.kyliejamescoaching.com.au. Who knows what you might receive? Little love notes, journal prompts, and maybe a bit of information about what our upcoming offerings are. Lastly, I want to leave this with you. This is not just a podcast for me. It's about building a community. It's about a remembering and helping others to remember. And it's about a soft revolution. And I'm so, so grateful that you're here. Until next time, keep trusting yourself because you are the magic. Take care, my friends, and I look forward to chatting with you very, very soon.